One of the top reasons why people invest with us is because they feel a greater sense of security being that their investment is backed by a physical cash flowing asset.
So a lot of people, they'll say, well, what makes you an expert in this field, or what gives you the right to talk about this? And I think, we chuckle about that. We have lots of stories and crazy things that have happened in our education. I think for me, it stems back to what we've talked about already. Our education has been in the field, and our education has been collaboration with others, and it's been a learning from our failure and getting back up on our feet quickly. Do we have a doctorate in it? Well, in that case, we have a lot of doctorates, right? We've got back up quickly. We've learned a lot. We've been in the real estate 3D money business together for, is it 11 years now? 11, 12, before we officially started. We did some things before that. I did some construction work before that and was a pastor for some years. Before that, a youth pastor. And you were in the insurance business for 25 years?
Insurance and financial services. And I would say that, commonly I would get people that would ask me, is this a safe place to put my money? Is this investment, a good place or a safe place? I think the best answer is to give, and it really goes to your question, is that really there's two things to ask yourself when you're investing in anything. Number one is, what backs my investment, right? And we've talked about that it's a real estate backed investment. But the second part of that is, do I believe that the management of this team can execute on their business plan?
Yep.
Right. And so, because if either of those, if I don't like what backs my investment and I don't believe that the management can execute on the business plan, well, then don't walk, run.
Yep.
Right. And so I think the reason why we've been very successful and a lot of people have invested money with us is because our track record really comes out of our experience. And for me, I've seen, a lot of ups and downs. I've seen a lot of economic cycles over the last 45 years of being in business. And so I've lived through the farm and agriculture, the high inflation and high interest rate years of the 70s, the agriculture depression in the 80s, the stock market crash in 1987, the tech boom subsequent bust of the 90s, 2001 terrorist attacks, which changed a lot in our financial machinery, the 2008 meltdown and Great Recession, the pandemic and what that has done. So I would say, I've seen a lot of cycles.
Yep.
On the economic wheel, if you will.
Yep.
And to me, the experience that affords is invaluable. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything, and I think that's probably one of our biggest assets.
Well, I love how you reframe that question. I'm thinking of something different. If I buy a GM stock and I ask the same question, right? What backs my investment, and am I confident in the management team? That's different than am I investing in a real estate thing, because at the end of the day, the real estate thing, I get left with a hard asset. If both of those fail, right, I still can walk over and I can touch the real estate building that I have. And I can do something about that, right? With the GM stock, I can't do that. It's a certificate, right? So that's a real deal, and I think a lot of our investors, they really like that.
I would say that's probably one of the top reasons why people invest with us, is because they feel a greater sense of security being that their investment is backed by a physical cash flowing asset.
And I think they also invest because they like the social economic part of this as well. as you've said before, Democrats and Republicans, they don't agree on much, but what they agree on is America needs housing and they need workers.
Yep.
Right? We need to provide housing for them, and that's what we do. Right. We're workforce housing. Yes. And as an investor, to know that I'm making a difference in people's lives, I'm making a difference in America. I'm contributing. I'm not just withdrawing things, but here I'm part of the solution. That's a big deal. I think at the last dinner we were at, and the conversation around my table with investors, that was absolutely a part of it. They really enjoyed that, and they actually said, to find people that I can partner with to do this and make that impact. It's a part of my bigger future in a sense. I'm looking for that. I want to partner with those people.
Hi, I'm Jeff Houston, one of the owners at 3D Money. Thank you for watching through to the end of this video. It's an honor to help you navigate your journey to gain financial wisdom. Consider subscribing to this channel because you won't want to miss any of the upcoming topics we have coming your way. Or you can head over to 3dmoney.com. Again, thanks for watching.